sponsored by Costa. I don't know how I used to do this when I was like 9 years old, no problem. Hi everyone, this is Magzy and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are still subscribed and have no idea who I am, I used to be a gacha content creator. If you have not watched my last video, which by the way I will make after this one, I don't want to post this one as my first video. There are lots of questions and things that I want to discuss with you when I do come back to this channel. I feel like I lost my train of thought. A fun fact, this is actually my assignment for my course in university, and I thought it is a wonderful opportunity for me to come back to the things that I love to do, which is YouTube and content creation. To cut to the chase, over the midterm vacation, I filmed a few videos because I went to Bulgaria. So I wanted to share that with you today and make like a little travel vlog. And to my wonderful professor who's watching this, hello, hi. I'm gonna try my best not to bore you. I digress. Also really quick, look at me. I have to ask you to like, share and subscribe because it is part of the brief, okay? Okay. The night before I was in such a rush I didn't really have time to pull out my phone and film anything. But here is me getting to the airport, and here is me sitting on the floor because there were no seats available. Finally, after what felt like ages, we boarded, and here is me trying the airplane food. It wasn't anything special, but I was hungry and running on fumes. After a long 4-hour flight, I finally landed. We left early the next day, and after about 2 hours of driving, we stopped at this place that's called the Three Pine Trees. The food here wasn't anything special, but it did have a homemade feel, and the owner was very friendly, so I still rated a 10 out of 10 experience. We still had about an hour left of driving, but we stopped outside to enjoy the fresh air and the nature. It's not often that we all get together because my sister is very busy with work and I am also busy with college, so we enjoy time together as much as we can. But finally we arrived at the house. We were all so exhausted after such a long day of driving that we could not wait to just have dinner in and then get some sleep. The house we stayed had a very rustic, homely vibe to it. But the one thing I did not expect was the shower. If you've ever experienced a Bulgarian shower, you'd probably know what I'm talking about. It is an interesting experience, I would say. Unfortunately, I could not take a rest immediately because I did have some assignments due, so I had to get some work done. The next day we visited the ski station and it was so cold, and having to keep taking off my gloves to record was so annoying. Because it was really windy, we decided to go and have some food while the others went skiing, and this is me at the restaurant. And since I didn't mention before, the ski resort that we went to is called Snizhanka, and it is in Pamporovo. I hope I'm saying that right. The next day is probably one of my most favorite days on this trip because it snowed a lot and everything looks so gorgeous. We took a lot of photos and videos, and we even built a snowman because the sun came out and it was a little bit warmer. And then later on that day we also decided to go on a hike. I I feel like this part of the video does not really need a voiceover, so I'm just going to let you enjoy the view with me. Wow. It's quite dangerous to go around here. It is very steep. I can't even capture on camera how beautiful this is. Yes. It's like the higher we climb is the more beautiful. It looks quite slippery here. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we need to step down.
I can't even decide which view I liked most, but this one here I believe is one of the most beautiful. Maybe I fall off now.
Did I? Like if the children die, then we know we have to survive.
Ah! Oh, it has spikes! It has spikes. Oh no!
I can't see where I am.
Oh, I'm scared! Oh, this is scary.
Hold my hand. Hold my hand.
I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm
I'm
fine.
fine. You want it like this?
Just like move around.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe start from. Ah! It didn't start.
Girl, I don't know what I'm doing either. Wow. Look at all the trees there.
Wanna go down?
Yeah. After that hike, we were all very hungry, so we decided to go to get some fancy dinner, and I could not believe that they had one of those robots that literally bring your food to the table. We stayed at Pamporovo for well over a few days, but realistically we only managed to get like 2 days of actually skiing. I'm not gonna lie, I was not so excited at first about it. I was kind of scared, but I did enjoy it a lot, and the view was gorgeous. It was so sunny on the mountain. Possibly the best weather that you could wish for when you go skiing. The fact that I got to experience that was something special, especially for my first time. I got myself a coach and paid around €100 for 2 hours, and I was actually pretty proud of myself because he told me that I had very good balance. But by the end of the day, everything was sore and I was drenched in sweat. One day before my flight back, we went back to Sofia and we decided to visit another fancy restaurant. The night I kept trying to take some aesthetic videos, but those 2 kids at the table were not having it. Honestly, expectations versus reality of becoming a content creator. Last day back, I could sit here and talk to you for a full 10 minutes just about that. Long story short, you know how sometimes planes don't take you directly to your destination? So you have to like stop in one country and wait for a few hours. So we stopped for a couple hours in Vienna and something interesting happened. So as soon as I landed, my luggage that I was using at the time, it was like 20 years old. Exactly on that day, just as I landed in Vienna, it decided to break. Like the little handle, the little thing that extends to pull your luggage, it broke and I couldn't extend it anymore. So the whole time there, that whole stay, I had to carry in my hands 10 kilograms of luggage. I did film a little bit in Vienna. It was gorgeous. We had some great food. We went around the city for a bit. I had to go back 2 hours before my flight though, just to make sure that it wouldn't take too long to get through security, everything. Carrying that around was pure torture on my poor back. At some point, I just decided to stop filming altogether. I had made a Revolut account like one day before my flight, and I forgot that I had to add that to my wallet. So the whole time, that entire day, my card wasn't working. I was depending on cash. Editing mag here. I just realized that this entire segment, my strap is like falling off my shoulder. Getting on my nerves. I can't do anything about it. When I arrived in Dublin, I was waiting around for my bus. I was so exhausted. I'll have to figure out transport. It's like 2 hours from Dublin to the place where I stay. I was talking to my dad on the phone. I was like, Dad, I can't do this. And he was like, girl, go get yourself some coffee. With my cash, I got myself some coffee. And as I was venting to my sister on the phone, I reached for my coffee. Literally, it spilled on the ground. And I pick up the cup to go and take it to the trash. I was like, I can't. So I finally get to the bus area and I ask the driver, I see him get off the bus to open the trunk for people with luggage. Ask him, do you take cash? And he was just like, no. I was crying. I go up to this lady. I'm like, please, I really need to get on this bus. I have cash, but he won't accept it. And that lady didn't even want to take my cash. She paid for my ticket so I could get on the bus because I was so exhausted. Finally, after a very long time, I got home. I was so overwhelmed by this entire trip that oh my god. All in all, a really nice trip and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I feel like I did so much growth and I was so active. I was just proud of myself for trying so many new things, so I'm really glad that I got to share that with you, and I really hope that you also enjoyed it. As I said, I could sit here and talk for hours and hours about the whole thing, but I am getting tired. My assignment is also due at 12. Currently it is 10:38 p.m. so I have to get this finished. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you guys come back for more content like this. We're gonna be doing travel and all sorts of vlogs and I am just so excited to get started again. Honestly, it felt really weird being on camera for the first maybe 20 minutes or so, but then after I got into it, I'm just talking and I could never stop talking. So thank you guys so much for watching and be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more. Until next time, bye!